J5Lover, your #1 Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson fan, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Jackson 5's album, Looking Through the Windows. But before we get started with that, let's talk about this day in Jackson's history. Well, this day in Jackson's history, August 20th, 1979, Michael Jackson appears on the cover of Soul magazine. And it's all about Michael Jackson turning 21, his new Off the Wall album. And of course, as we know, Michael went through a lot of changes at that time in his life and his career. And I absolutely love Soul magazine, and I try to collect as many issues as I can when I can find them and when they're affordable. So shout out to Soul magazine just for putting out such amazing photographs, articles, and being just such a great piece of literature, and really promoting the Jacksons and the Jackson 5 through the years. So let's get into it. The Jackson 5's Looking Through the Windows album. This album came out May 23rd, 1972. And let's just start with the cover. I love the cover photos. I think they're amazing. These photographs were actually done by Jim Britt, who was a major photographer that worked with the Jackson 5 in the early years especially, and I absolutely love his work, and I will be talking about him and some of my other favorite Michael Jackson and Jackson 5 photographers in a future video, and he is definitely one of them. I just love these pictures and the mood that they present and the emotion and the warmth that you get when you look at these photographs. And I love the way that the cover art was put together, so it looks like the brothers are looking out like of almost different windows. The music on this album is incredible and classic. It's one of my favorite Jackson 5 albums. I would have to say one of my top 5 favorite Jackson 5 albums. And some of the interesting things to note are the fact that Michael's voice definitely took a change on this album. You don't hear the soprano young boy voice that you heard on earlier albums. It's more of a tenor now. And so he's able to hit lower notes on some of the songs on the album, which to me only helps bring out the emotion and the feeling, and only expands Michael as a singer and an artist to be able to branch out and do more songs. Starting with song number 1 on side A, Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing. That is one of my favorite songs on this album. The song was written by Nick Ashford and Valerie Simpson, who wrote a ton of songs for Motown, and of course you know them as Ashford and Simpson, and they had their own amazing and wonderful career with a lot of great songs for Motown as well. Before the Jackson 5 sang this song, Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell sang this song back in 1967, and I absolutely love their version. I can't really compare whose version is better because I love both versions for different reasons. You know, when I hear the Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell version, it's more of a sort of romantic man and woman connection. And when I hear the Jackson 5's version, it's more of an updated 70s, more of a bouncier sound. And they're each talking about their own relationships. So I just love the vibe that both songs give, and it just cuts to my core, to be honest, when I hear this song, because Michael puts so much emotion in his vocals when he's singing this song, and Jermaine's vocals are so silky and smooth and buttery when you hear this song, and I don't think 2 singers out of the group could have been better for this song. I only wish when I hear songs like this that Michael and Jermaine would have continued singing together for like the rest of their lives, because they sound so amazing together. You know, I really, their chemistry on various songs over the years, and the way that they sing together, it's just like a perfect harmony, a perfect marriage. Michael has that strong, insistent vocal that really grabs you emotionally and pulls you in, and Jermaine has such smooth, relaxing, soothing vocals that are just so incredible as well. And I absolutely love this song. Song number 2, Looking Through the Windows, which is the title track of the album. This song is great. I love this song. It pulls you in immediately. And I find interesting one of the reasons why this song pulls you in immediately. The first 5 seconds of the song sound like a piece from the Shaft's theme song from the movie. That's why it pulls you in and it's so drawing. And I'll have to play for you guys a sample of that. It's like the first 5 seconds of Looking Through the Windows sound like a piece from the Shaft theme about almost 4 minutes into the song. Listen to this. Isn't that funny? Like, I find that so incredible. This song was written by Clifton Davis, and he wrote the Jackson 5's smash hit song, Never Can Say Goodbye, and this was a really great hit for the Jacksons too. Of course, it wasn't as hot as Never Can Say Goodbye, but this song did well too on the charts, and it's one of the singles that was released off of this album. And of course, Shaft in 1971 was such a hot film, and of course, you know, it was a really great opportunity to kind of give that vibe on a Jackson 5 album in 1972. It was still a hot new vibe and sound. I just love that connection between the two songs. It really kind of makes this song, it really catapults this song to me into another arena, vibe. I love it, and I think it was a great idea. I don't know, I would assume that Clifton Davis was definitely influenced by the movie Shaft, the theme song Shaft. Who wasn't back then? The next song is Don't Let Your Baby Catch You, which was written by The Corporation. This is a good song. It's not necessarily one of my favorite songs. I suppose that would be lyrically, it's not one of my favorite songs. I think it's definitely a very mature song, but when I look at the lyrics and the substance on the album for the Jackson 5, I think this album was definitely more mature than their previous albums. Some of the lyrics, some of the works. But I think it's very catchy. The music in this song is super catchy. It really pulls you in immediately, you know, cha, 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 cha. I love it. It's definitely got an exciting musical section, an exciting beat. But, you know, like I said, lyrically, it's not my favorite, but musically, it's incredible. Next song is my favorite song on this album. It's called To Know, and that was written by The Corporation as well. And I just think this song is so beautiful, and you really get to hear Michael's vocals and Jackie's vocals on this song, and it's just so soothing to hear. And when all the brothers come together on the chorus of this song, it is just such a powerhouse of heaven in my head when I hear it. I absolutely love this song, and even Tito has his little parts in the song, you know, to know of love. I love it. It's great. It just puts me in such a happy, relaxing, soothing mood when I hear it. To know of love is to know that I live for you. To be in love is to be here with you. Beautiful. And the last song on side A is Dr. My Eyes, which was actually written and performed by Jackson Browne originally in the same year, funny enough, and I like Jackson Browne's version. I would have to say I prefer the Jackson 5's version. It's a little more soulful, a little more spunky, but it's not necessarily my favorite track on the album. It's okay. I think the lyrics are very interesting, and you really get to hear Michael belt out on this song. I feel like, you know, if you didn't know that Michael Jackson was a good singer before this song, you know when you hear him belt out like he's in a church choir in the middle of this song. I think it's incredible and amazing, the vocals. But once again, and then you get to hear Jermaine's vocals too. You know, the brothers really come together really nicely, like a well-trained, well-oiled machine to harmoniously bring this song to you. And it's just so incredible to listen to their vocals. I think there's no better sound than their harmonies. I love the brothers' harmonies just on this whole album completely. All right, side B. The first song is Little Bitty Pretty One. I love this song. It's actually one of my favorite songs on the album, and it really puts me in a great mood when I hear it. It starts out with Jermaine's vocals, which, you know, are really just nice and relaxing and smooth like butter. I love it. And then, you know, you get to Jackie's part, and I love how high his voice is, and he really holds his own, and it's just really just nice to hear. I love hear Michael's vocals on the third part of this song. It's just like, whoa, his voice has so much intensity, and I just get really excited and happy when I hear his voice in this song. And the song Little Bitty Pretty One is a cover on this album as well. It was originally written by Bobby Day in 1957, and it was popularized by Thurston Harris. And I love the original 1950s version, but I think the Jacksons once again brought a 1950s song into the 70s and modernized it a bit. And I love both versions for different reasons, because I love music from the 50s as well. Totally different vibe, but still just as great and amazing. So the second song would be Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. The choice is yours to pull. I like this song. I think it's interesting, especially lyrically. I don't really think there's any other Jackson 5 song like it, and I really love the beat that this song carries. I think it really pulls you in immediately, and it's very captivating, and it keeps you into the whole entire song, I think. I think it's a nice song. I love it. The next song is If I Have to Move a Mountain, which I absolutely 100% love that song. That song was written by The Corporation as well. I mean, The Corporation was such a powerhouse of amazing songs for the Jackson 5, and this was another one. I have also heard not only this version on the album, but I've heard the extended alternate version, which you can hear on the Jacksons Rare Pearls CD compilation. I'll actually put a link below in my description if you want to hear the extended version of If I Have to Move a Mountain, because that is great too. It's just extra lyrics, and Michael's vocals, of course, are just on point, and the brothers' harmonies couple with his vocals so amazingly well. It's one of those songs that makes me feel so good when I hear it. It's just so incredible, and it's just so moving. I absolutely love that song. All right, next is Don't Want to See Tomorrow. I love this song. It really captivates me. It's actually one of the songs on the album that I repeat because the song is so catchy. The music is just, it kind of goes round and round and about in a way that just kind of just keeps you just completely captivated. And I love the fact that there's a little Spanish in the song too. You know, mi quiere mirar mañana. Michael says that over and over again in the song, Don't Want to See Tomorrow, the title track in Spanish. And I think that is so cool. And the Jackson 5 had Spanish fans, so I'm sure they were really excited to hear the Jackson 5 sing Spanish lyrics, or say Spanish lyrics in a song. Next song is Children of the Light. I think this is a great song. I really love the middle portion, the break in this song. It gets very 70s, and I love it. I think the lyrics are definitely very important too in this song. I don't think it's as much of a foot tapper as some of the songs on this album, but it's definitely a beautiful song, you know, about coming together and about peace in the world, and I love that song. Last song is I Can Only Give You Love, which to me is a really great close for this album, a nice finish. Really pretty song. It's very relaxing. It's nice. I love Michael's vocals on this song. I think the lyrics are pretty straightforward. I love that song too. But I'd have to say, once again, my very favorite song on this album is To Know. And I'm not really sure of my least favorite. Maybe Dr. My Eyes, but the truth is, I like every song on this album, which is why it's one of my top 5 favorite Jackson 5 albums. There's no song that I really dislike on this album or anything. I think my only complaint about this album would be that I think the Looking Through the Windows song should have been the first song on this album instead of second, because first is Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing, and I think that intro, which sounds like the Shafts theme, would have been such a cool way to pull you into this album from the very get-go. But I think this is such a great album, and definitely worth a listen to any music fan, 70s fan, Jackson fan, Michael Jackson fan, Jackson 5 fan. Everybody should give this album a listen. It's definitely a classic. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe. Also, I'll put a link in my description box for Instagram, and you can also follow me there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!